Hey everyone, welcome to the Fan Club YouTube channel. I'm Will.
I'm Lawson.
And I'm Austin.
Join us every Monday for interviews with top athletes, creators, and entertainers from all around the world.
So please make sure to like, comment, subscribe.
And thank you for joining our fan club community. Now please enjoy this episode.
Looking tan, boys.
Yeah, the last week we definitely got some sun, and I'm not complaining one bit.
Believe it or not, I feel like I got more tan from being at the cabin than I did in Florida, which is weird.
You know, I wonder if it's something to do with, well, we weren't really on the water right in the middle of the sun. You know how it kind of reflects sometimes?
I thought for sure, like, when we were running in Florida in that heat and, like, there's not a cloud in the sky, plus, like, sweating and stuff, I thought we were going to be absolutely fried.
Yeah, I did
made
too.
Made it out okay.
I thought I was coming back from that run, and I was going to be just red. Because we had our shirts off.
Are you burnt
stuff.
on your back? Because you don't look burnt.
No, it's just like back of the shoulders more so, but not my forearms, thankfully.
Yeah, that's always good. You don't want that.
It was pretty cloudy when we were in Florida, too, for the most part. We got that big storm on the first night.
And you were in the hotel when we were running?
Yeah, I was working.
I don't think there was one cloud when we were outside.
You didn't make it outside too much, I don't think. Only when it was raining.
I guess not. Didn't want to overexert myself in the heat on a run, especially, 10 miles? How many miles did you go?
6, but it felt like 10.
We'll get to that. But what's going on? We are back. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Fan Club. We are here today to do a little recap on our Florida and Dallas trip, brought to you by Celsius. And then Memorial Weekend, and just after Memorial Weekend, we were still on the run, but just at a different place, a little more relaxing time there. But sitting here today with Frizz, Loss, and Cuddy. But we're going to be bringing in a couple new guests. We're going to have a little halftime intermission change on this episode, which is the first of its kind of the Fan Club ever.
Mm-hmm.
We'll bring in Yelle, and all the way from Winnipeg, Manitoba, we got Jmarts in studio. He will be coming on to chat a little bit about the cabin weekend also. But yeah, Frizz, let's start it off. Why do we even go to Florida and Dallas to begin with? And then we'll get into the Fort Lauderdale experience.
Mm-hmm. Well, last year we had a lot of fun doing the NHL playoffs. Bounced around to a couple spots, but this year we are a little light. We kind of missed out on the second round, got a little bit of the first round, but Celsius ended up coming through super last minute, and they invited us to their suite, which was not only in Florida for the Panthers, but they actually had one in Dallas too. And they offered us, if we can get a deal going with them, then they'll bring us out to the game, and they did a great job with that. That was a heck of a trip.
And it kind of went out well too. I know you didn't quite mention the fact that Celsius just newly became like the sponsors of those two teams. And I think they're the only teams in the NHL that they're sponsoring now.
Correct.
And yeah, the fact that both of them in playoffs and happen to be,
Conference finals.
Finals and everything, that it landed so we could go to Texas as well in Dallas. But yeah, just lucky. Kind of a lucky bounce. Mm-hmm. We were pumped when we got that email.
Mm-hmm. And actually, Florida was the first game that all 10 of the hockey guys got to go to. Am I right? Last year? Mm-hmm. Last year in the second round. So being able to go back there was super fun. That we didn't do too much with the Panthers. Actually, nothing at all with the Panthers this time. So it's always a bit of a change when you work with the team directly or a brand that represents the team.
Mm-hmm.
What were a few of the differences you guys noticed? Were we more busy, less busy? And just what was the overall feeling of those experiences?
It's a good question. I think in terms of the game day, we were a little bit less busy because we didn't have to show up as early as when we do work with the team, because then we're probably there before maybe like at 4 o'clock, because we have to do some, like, I remember we drew pictures and we got like a whole rink tour. Did a lot of stuff outside as like people were coming in. So when we were working with Celsius, it was a little bit different because we just were in pretty much at the start of the game, and we more so worked with creators in the suite that we were with. That was in a short difference that I noticed.
I think that's a big difference too when you get invited by a brand rather than the team too, because the team if you get invited, they want you to do all the fan experience and kind of hype up everybody, and that takes more time than going with a brand and coming up with organic ideas that
Right,
we usually do.
Right, because you're running around the rink most of the game.
Yeah.
I remember last time in Florida, there was something going on, I feel like, every period. And obviously when we had 10 guys there, it was very easy to send 3 that way and 3 that way. And I remember, who did you do the cookie challenge with against Marty?
Johnny.
Johnny Batesy and Jmarts. I will never forget the slow-mo of Jmarts having the Oreo roll down his face. I wish we have that on clip. I might have to add that in here. But, yeah, it's a lot different working with the brand. And before that, we actually got to go hang out at the Celsius office, which we've never been to an HQ before with a brand we've worked with. So it's really fun, and I thought it was really nice to sit down, have lunch with them, and chat before we actually started working with them.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite parts too, getting to go to the HQ, which lined up well because we were in Florida and Celsius HQ is there. And I remember, when did we call it? And you were like, we weren't planning on going to the headquarters, but it was just something that we wanted to do because we know building that kind of a connection with the people that we're working with. We weren't doing anything else in the afternoon. So we're like, why not stop in at the HQ and check out their in-person operation, their offices, do some content with them in there. And they have a nice place, I would say.
Yeah, it was really nice. And it was fun to go there because they were actually one of the first brands we ever did a deal with way back when we were still in Superior.
Yeah, like a year or two ago. Long time. I don't even remember what those brand deals were.
Their
I'm
growth.
trying to remember.
They're talking about their growth. Like one of the employees was like the first 8, and then another one was like top 40, and now they're at over like 120 employees. So they're growing like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're all over. They're in every retail store, gas station you could imagine.
Oh, yeah. It's a big thing when I go back home in North Dakota and my grandparents have tried it. You know,
When
they
you're
must be
really-
growing.
That's a good gauge when you go
Yeah.
back to North Dakota and your family knows what brand you work with,
Yeah.
then you know they're all over the map.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
It must be a good feeling. Yeah,
That's cool.
Work with that can,
Yeah.
Grandpa.
I wonder what your grandparents thought of drinking a can of Celsius.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they just need a quick pick-me-up or something.
That would do
rather
it.
than
That would
making
do
a
it.
pot of coffee.
That's the point.
Yeah, that would definitely do it for anyone over 60. They're gonna get picked up from a can of Celsius, hands down. Hands down.
No question about it. But let's chat a little bit about day one. We're not going to go through every single detail of the trip, but day one, we got to Fort Lauderdale around, 3 or something like that.
Finally, a reasonable flight time.
Yeah, it was good. Frizz wasn't crabby all day, so it was nice. It was storming pretty good once we got there, but, that's typical for spring, summertime, South Florida, and had a little bit of a hiccup checking in. But after that, what did we get up to?
We went back to our familiar spot that we kind of walked the beach on Fort Lauderdale last year. Went to a nice beachside restaurant, got some food. They had music playing. It was a nice little dinner for sure to start it off, but we really went to a familiar place, and we went to an Irish pub. What was the name?
McSorley's.
McSorley's.
So familiar.
McSorley's. And we kind of camped out there for a bit, watched some hockey, but something else started to evolve after a few buckets of some beverages.
When you go to South Florida, I don't know if it's just me being cheesy or what, but I feel like I need to drink a Corona.
Mhm.
And so we were just having a few buckets of Coronas. And Frizz, it was actually, you were the ringleader of this whole thing. You're like, I'm doing karaoke. It was Tuesday night. Tuesday night, about 9 people, including us, were in this whole establishment. And the whole night, for some reason, Frizz had the karaoke bug. And he went in there, sang a song by himself. We watched. And then we went back out to the patio to watch the rest of the Stars Vegas game. And then, the storm and the rain started hitting real hard, so we couldn't sit on the patio anymore. We went inside, and that's when a full-blown live concert broke out.
We had no other choice but to go inside, and there was nobody. There's like very few people in there, which made it feel like we had to be the fun of the place in a little bit. There was.
Bring the fun.
I felt bad, like the girl running the karaoke didn't have many contestants up, and then when Frizz kicked it off, I think that just made the chain reaction. We're kind of on vacation. You gotta that's your opportunity to really get out of your comfort zone, because no one's watching you. It's just you. No one knows who you are, and that's kind of the reason why you do karaoke when you're on the beach in South Florida.
That was my mindset. It's like, may as well get some practice in. Small crowd, not much going on. The the hockey game was kind of a blowout, but then we decided to go on TikTok Live, and there was a lot of viewers on, and they I guess they loved the show, and they were putting their requests in. And I guess from the feedback, we might be making that a usual thing if we hit
series.
the town. Yeah.
Yep.
Get some karaoke on. Cuddy and Lawson had a good duo. How was that?
That was fun. One thing that's hard about karaoke for me is finding the right song to really get the bar going. But when we were on TikTok Live, they were just ripping requests, and it's easy to pick from one of those. And me and Lawson landed on Shania Twain, Party for Two.
Yeah, you had to make it a duet, because you wouldn't have gone up there otherwise.
Yeah,
You're shy. You're really shy.
That too, and I didn't want to Yeah, you're right.
Didn't have enough Corona.
I'll just leave it at
Yeah.
that.
You were shy.
I'll leave it at being shy.
Yeah, that's why I pitched. Like, come on, man. Party for Two. We've done it before, me and you. It's an old one of ours. You can get up the courage to do that.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. You always bring me out of my shell.
Yeah, I'll do that for you.
I think we all sang about 3 or 4 songs each, and then more people started coming in. Probably the regular Tuesday night McSorley goers, and they started to feel a little comfortable too, because I think 4 other people from the other side of the bar all sang songs too, multiple songs. Variety
of songs. Some questionable, but they can't all be the Taylor Swift and Shania Twain hits like we were doing.
It's a very big strategy in knowing how to pick a good karaoke song. If you pick a bad song that's hard to sing, or just brings the whole mood down in the place, everyone's like, oof.
Yeah, you don't want to wreck the vibe in the bar at all.
So what's your go-to karaoke song lineup then?
Well, I don't know, but I think I got lucky with my choice, but I think I'll be singing Chicken Fried from here on.
You picked a really good song.
Was that the hit?
Everybody
that was my favorite one to sing.
Yeah.
You just have to follow the mood, and obviously try and know a song that that people can relate to and maybe sing along.
I learned something new about you during that karaoke night, that you might be top 1% Toby Keith fans, because you were singing songs that none of us have ever heard by Toby Keith before.
Yep, my dad had it in the car CD player growing up, so I've been pretty familiar with Toby. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to see him live yet, but I will make that happen one day. And anyways, we sure brought a large appetite after that karaoke, because we walked next door to one of the guys' favorite spots in Fort Lauderdale, and that is Primanti Brothers. How was it, Cud?
Oh, I love that spot.
What'd you get?
Oh, what did I get? Pastrami sandwich. It's got a heap full of coleslaw on there. Great sauce.
Yeah, this place is open
it's making me
24
hungry.
hours, by the way. So this was late.
It's a perfect late night. They got Unreal Pizza there too. Might even have hot dogs, chili dogs there too.
It's from New Jersey, right?
Pittsburgh.
Oh, Pittsburgh.
So that's not an OG spot?
No. It's
Oh.
PA.
It's not a franchise though.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is a franchise?
Yeah, sorry,
Oh.
fellas.
Dang.
I thought there was like 2.
I thought we found a little hole in the wall.
Mm-mm.
I thought there was one up there in the east, and then they just moved one down south just cause.
Oh, dang.
No, too many
Well, there
people
better
like
not be
it.
more than 5 locations,
Yeah.
or I'm not gonna like it as much.
Well, it sure didn't stop us from the next day. How was that?
Yeah.
The morning.
Yeah.
We had to
Oh,
stick to our
yeah.
marathon training. So next morning we had did we have the time set beforehand? We knew what we were
Our
getting
plan
into.
was to go about an hour.
Yeah, but like when we were going to start.
Around 8-ish.
8?
Yeah.
Did we go 8?
Something like that.
Started
Planned
running
at 8. I don't
8:30.
think we started till 8:30.
Yeah. And I think that's part of traveling that we've gotten better at, is actually like doing those things in the morning, which is good. So especially because now we have marathon training, that we committed to making a run happen in Florida. No matter what, we're going to do this thing. I personally like it a lot because it's another new map, and I love running in new areas and get to explore a little bit. So we got up at around 8 to start this run, and immediately went to the gas station because it was so hot and humid that we needed to get actually even the night of too, I remember waking up and my mouth was so dry. Like never been needed water more in my life. So before this run, we had to hydrate up, and thank goodness we did, because I'd probably never have sweated more on a run ever.
Oh, it was
Sun was
terrible.
beating.
Yeah, you guys were sure greasy when you got back.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it was tough. We ran all the way to Primanti Brothers,
Yeah.
Yeah, we ran
quick
back
sandwich?
which is about 3 miles out that way. And then it was so hot running down Fort Lauderdale Beach on the sidewalk that we had to run into CVS.
How were your
We took
feet?
about a 10-minute break in the middle because it was so hot, and we sat by the AC, big thing of tubes, cold air blowing at you in CVS. I grabbed some more waters, and then we headed back out. But
How did how did your feet feel?
feet are fine.
Oh yeah, feet were the
They didn't
least
get hot?
concern.
I've built it up, like everything seemed fine, but my internal body temperature
Yeah.
didn't cool down until maybe after lunch when we ate with the Celsius folks. Like I was warm all day.
Mm-hmm.
No, and that water didn't get too cold. You couldn't really take a cold shower.
No, the hotel water wasn't too cold, wasn't too refreshing, but we cleaned up quickly and met our friends with the Celsius crew. Like Will said, we had a nice lunch with them, got to know them a bit more, and I think we went back to the hotel right after that, hung out for a little bit. Then
Yeah.
it was almost game time.
Yeah, just for a little bit. Got some things done because I think the rain started coming down again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're disappointed about the pool. That's right.
Gorgeous pool deck. They had it shut down the whole time.
There was lightning. Couldn't go out
Yeah,
there.
a big storm was rolling in.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get your nap in?
I tried. I attempted to nap, but being at the Celsius headquarters, we sank back
Oh.
a couple Celsiuses.
I know what we did.
Could
We
not
watched-
fall asleep.
Me and Cuddy and Yelle started watching.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Smoking the Bandit, and
Good old school movie.
I think 2.5 minutes in, I looked over and Cuddy was sleeping.
Yeah.
It's that pesky caffeine keeps me up, unlike you guys.
Yeah, I remember that you had a full Celsius before lunch, and I think you were like really tired after, and you're like saying how like it doesn't do anything to you. You can't be stopped by a Celsius can, and even though it's a lot of caffeine, I guess I didn't believe you, but I guess you're right, because if you fell asleep after that, then you must be adapted to caffeine a little bit better than I thought you were.
Yeah. I think I watched majority of the hour-and-a-half movie, and Cuddy woke up right at the end and got ready to go to the game.
Exactly.
And we had the best coffee spot, shout out, at that hotel I've ever been to. Like, it was really good coffee. So we had some iced lattes,
Roses?
roses. That place
yeah.
was good. Did you not think it was?
It was really good.
You had a nitro.
Yeah, that was the best
It
nitro.
was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Didn't like give you a bad aftertaste or anything.
No.
Just went down like a milkshake.
Yeah. I was trying to pace out because I knew that we were going into the Celsius suite that night. That, okay, we got the HQ, can have about one there. Then we got the coffee shop, can have about maybe one coffee. But I know I'm going to the suite and there's going to be Celsius there. So you don't want to have like another one. Like that's getting a little bit much. You have to pace. You have to be smart on these Celsius trips because you can't overdose, like go too hard on
They
caffeine.
go down
Get a
easy.
heart
You end
attack.
up like me and it doesn't work for you.
Yeah, unless you're Cuddy.
You tried to pace, but we had to cut you off from the Celsius
Yeah.
because you kept drinking Celsius at the game.
It was
I know.
unhealthy, man.
Yeah.
Unhealthy.
We were worried for you. We had to get up at 5 to get to the airport.
Yeah. I will say that was a tough wake up.
Let's talk about the game before that, though.
Yeah.
That was obviously, I'm sure many people know how that game turned out with the Panthers locking in the Stanley Cup final with a Matthew Tkachuk goal with 4 seconds left. I don't think I've been in a louder arena ever.
That's what I've been telling people.
And it wasn't just loud and then it went away. It was loud for half hour after that goal was scored because they had the goal. The Hurricanes tried to challenge it just for their last sake. It was still rocking in there. And then they announced it was a good goal, and it got louder. Then obviously with 4 seconds left, dropped the puck, game was over. Horn went off again, loud. And then they brought out the Eastern Conference trophy, and it was loud. And then the rats were flying on the ice, and everyone was partying.
The
And
towels were up for about 15 solid minutes.
Yeah, it was like
Gosh.
consistent energy. That was like so crazy compared to some other games we've been at. And understandably, they haven't been to the Cup final in like 20 plus years, I think I heard.
96 6.
That's crazy.
Something like that. I might be wrong on the exact, but
Cats are back.
Cats are back. See if they can get it done. But yeah, then we head right back to the hotel.
I want to say one thing
Oh,
about
wait.
about the suite that
Yeah, sorry.
I just kind of want to talk about like who we were with. A couple funny stories of what happened during that game. I think the first one, Frizz, is that because we were with Tyler Cameron, and if you guys don't know who that is, he's from The Bachelor. I knew he was going to be in there beforehand, but when you showed up and you saw him there, wasn't that the first time you're like, oh, I didn't know Tyler Cameron was going to be there, and then you got all excited or something like that?
Oh, yeah, I didn't know. I didn't really know anyone who was going to be there, and then I saw him, and I was pretty fired up because obviously heard a lot about him, seen some stuff about him, and
Whose
wanted to get to
season was
know
he
him.
on? Was Bachelor or Bachelorette?
I don't,
Was he the Bachelor?
no.
No.
So he was
Yeah,
going
on
after.
someone's season, but I can't remember whose.
And I will
Way
say,
back.
Someone help us.
yeah,
Leave it in the
whoever, if you know
comments.
that answer, let us know. But I will say he is an absolute great dude. He was super nice, loved the guys, knew a lot about hockey too. We gave him a little questionnaire, and he was nailing a bunch of the questions. And Lawson even asked him a very important question.
Yeah, I asked him if he would come to my wedding this summer. He said yes, and then I asked him if he'd come to the bachelor party. He said yes as well. So that was really exciting, and I'm really excited to send him the invite. Just have to track down his address, and then I can. We also asked him, though, if he'd come skating with us. So we asked him on a little skate date. He also said yes to that. So we got a big list of things we're going to do with Tyler, and maybe Tyler's going to come on here one day for an interview too.
Just got word it was Hannah Brown's season. Hannah B.
Brown.
wow.
I was actually was going to say Hannah.
Hannah B. What if we rekindled him on the ice rink?
That'd be funny.
We
bring in
bring in
video.
Chris Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Or what if we trapped him at your wedding? We invited her too.
wow, that'd be
Now
crazy.
that's an idea.
That's a good content idea.
He'd probably hate us.
Do you want all that drama at your wedding?
I think Emma would love it actually.
Yeah, Emma would
It would
love
turn
it.
into a one episode only reality TV.
And then we hire a TV
the
crew,
crew
to film
comes
it.
out of the trees.
ABC comes out and Chris Harrison walks down the aisle.
That'd be sweet.
Special episode.
Let's do it.
All right, Hannah B. Tyler Cameron.
You're up.
It's not going to happen, but meet us somewhere in August.
Yeah, no, he was cool though. I loved him a lot. He was also, like the other creators, Anna Stoll, Isabel, just a bunch of. It was cool being in that suite, and I think that was another little bit of a difference than working with the team is that when we've been in suites with teams, there's not as much collaboration going on because I think these brands just pull from a lot of different connections that aren't even quite closely related to hockey. And we were probably the most related to hockey creators there, but it was fun to be with other ones that weren't.
Yeah.
And then even like in the interviews when we asked them those questions that we had like a very baseline quiz level of hockey, then it was even fun to realize that they did not know all the answers to that. So we're kind of teaching them a little bit about it too.
Yeah, I thought one thing I definitely picked up on was when you meet other creators in real time, sometimes they're exactly who they are, and sometimes it's kind of hard to talk to them. I think Isaac mentioned that last week on the episode too, but it was definitely realized that firsthand with certain people that it's like, oh, we could easily hang out with you. You're exactly like your page, whatever. And then some we didn't really get the chance to work with too much, but I think that's just how it goes with everyone too. You don't gel with everyone that you're going to meet.
Oh, yeah, and we can't forget about UFC champion Amanda Nunes that was there, too.
Yeah,
how did we
that's
forget
right.
That was
her?
insane.
I wish we could have got to work with her more, but you
Yeah.
know, she's training. She's
there with her
badass.
family.
She's
She
there
was
with her
there.
little girl.
Our content idea with her was that we were gonna have Frizz teach Amanda how to do a hockey fight for like Hockey 101, and he was just gonna like fight her, kind of, not
Yeah.
really, but he would lose if that was the case.
I was going to give her a few tips.
But yeah.
Didn't you go up to her and ask her to?
Oh, I got a selfie. I
that?
got the classic fight selfie with her. She was super nice, but boy, we were looking at her page after, and she could really put our heads through the wall.
Oh, her
Yeah.
highlights are
Gosh.
insane. I would actually be scared to make her mad.
Oh, that'd be terrifying.
That would be less than 1 second. I'd be on the ground. 100%. Injured.
But yeah, like we said, it was a great game. Everyone, like you guys said before, when everyone else is a creator in there, you don't kind of feel like awkward filming certain things or asking them to do stuff with you because they're also doing it, and they kind of make it a lot easier, and it's kind of like more relaxed. So I thought that game was a very perfect amount of watching the game and actually like doing the stuff we came there to do for Celsius.
Yeah, I agree. We weren't too busy, but we were like we made the busyness on ourselves by just filming more. But I like that we could only have to do like a little bit, like the Zamboni Ride that you got to do for the first time ever.
Yep, made my Zamboni debut. It was pretty fun. It does go by quick, it really does. But I would definitely like to go back out there again if I ever have the chance.
Yeah, I've been there been on the Zamboni 4 times, and I think a total of maybe 2 minutes on the Zamboni.
Oh yeah, it's like a half a lap.
Yeah.
And they're not going that slow either.
We filmed an episode, so I guess that was. How did you guys like the episode? I know it didn't air on Spotify or Apple, but it was on our TikTok page. Little 1 minute first ever podcast to film a full recorded episode in the middle of an NHL game on a Zamboni. That's us.
In history of the world.
Yes.
Guinness World Record.
Yeah.
Write our names in.
At least that's what we think. We have no idea. But yeah, after that, after the amazing, it took a while to get out of the arena. We waited around a little bit to try to escape some of the traffic, but then it was back to the hotel for some pillow talk, and then it was a bright and early morning because we had to catch a flight to Dallas, Texas.
Yep, 5 a.m. Got out to the hotel, to the airport. I don't think anyone really did much at the airport. We flew to Atlanta. I got lost. Well, I got ditched, kind of. Not by them, but by the train itself. If anyone doesn't know this, the Atlanta airport's gigantic. It's very busy. And the train that takes you from terminal to terminal, I think the doors open for like 15 seconds because I was walking onto the train and it was like already full. And as I took a step, it just closed right in my face. And I was just waving at them as they were buzzing off.
During that sequence, when we were walking from one terminal, catch the train to go to the other terminal, I remember we were having a conversation. I think Lawson was frustrated too, but it was just like, people at the airport are the worst.
Yeah.
The worst people. It just brings out the worst in people, I think.
There's no manners or politeness.
From all the flights that we've been taking in the last year, it's just like we think we have a pretty good grasp on traveling, right? It's not too hard. You just do your thing, keep your head down, and get to work. All these other people are just like, they think they should just walk right in front of you or sit this close to your face. It's just like, what is wrong with you? Get away from me.
I know. Well, people were like jumping onto the train, pushing people through onto the train in Atlanta, which I thought was, a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
And I can say firsthand that before we started traveling so much, I was one who like wanted to get to the gate and sit at the gate until we left. Like I was one of those people, and now it's just like we don't really care. Like as long as you get there during the boarding line, it doesn't matter. But some people, oh my goodness, when we were waving Frizz goodbye when he missed the train, we were standing shoulder to shoulder with 100 strangers in a 20-foot train cab. I was just like, get me out of here.
Maybe
now.
Frizz got the better of it.
Yeah, I got some Panera Qdoba breakfast. That's what it was. But yeah, I think we all caught some Z's on both flights. I know I did.
I don't think I slept from Atlanta to Dallas.
somehow
I don't think I did either.
Somehow I got the middle seat every single time. We took how many flights? 1, 2,
4 total.
3, 4 total. I'm in the middle every time.
I know why too.
I don't know why.
I know why.
Tell me why.
Because we got the tickets where we went like basic economy, I think it's called, on Delta, so you don't get any seat selection. So I put the names in for the bookings, and you happen to be the second name. So it's like me, you, and I don't remember the order. So I think with you, for some reason, it just picked you giving the middle seat on all 4 flights.
It's a tough one. Tough go.
You got to play the lottery better next time.
Yeah, I don't know what it was because I don't even think I sat by you every flight.
No, you didn't. I sat with
have no-
different people
yeah.
every time.
I have no idea how that works.
Maybe it's just bad luck.
but
Just
they did
random.
not like you, Delta.
Mhm.
No, they did not. That's okay. It actually wasn't as bad. It wasn't too bad. It was fine. When I sat
What-
by strangers, it
question.
wasn't too much issues.
I have a question for the next flight we take, whenever that may be. What is your preferred seat? And do you want to sit in a row across
I like that.
or like 3 and 2 in front?
I like the cross.
Cross for sure.
Makes
like
for
the
way
cross.
better videos.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. So, yeah, cross. That's the goal.
Yeah, do it across. Put me by the window so I can film out the
See,
window.
that's 2 requests. Everyone only gets 1 request.
Ah,
Yeah, after we arrived, all of us stomped our boots down on Texas soil for the first time.
Yeehaw.
And Cuddy was fired up, and the hotel we were at was gigantic. Absolutely incredible. What did you think of it?
I thought it was sweet.
That was a huge hotel. There was a Top Golf convention there.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. We hopped over to get some barbecue. Great little family-run spot. Wish I remember the name. Just give them a little shout out. But they were great.
Barbecue DNA.
Barbecue DNA. You're
Yeah.
right. There was a father and son in there hanging out.
Small
Great
little
people.
shop.
Super nice people. And what was that pie? Oh my goodness!
I don't even know.
He
I
gave
don't
us a
even
free
know what
slice
the
of
kind
pie.
of pie it was, but it was good.
It was like buttermilk. Buttermilk.
Something.
I don't know. It was awesome. And I want more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we weren't in Dallas too long, obviously. We had about 3 hours between when we got to the hotel and when we went to American Airlines Center. So we grabbed a bite to eat, went in the pool for about an hour.
That was nice. Finally got to kick back for a little bit.
Yep, Frizz got his pool wish. He
Mhm.
really wanted that. And then, yeah, I was off to the game, and I honestly had zero faith in the Stars walking into that arena.
That arena was really cool, though, too. They had like a playoff party thing beforehand, like a band playing, and they have kind of like a little strip with a bunch of restaurants and bars. So that was kind of a nice start to get the energy up before he entered the building. And it was something that really stood out to me about the game was the pregame show. Like, I don't know if you guys watched it, but the lights that were flying around there, and you got like a wristband that would like light up to the beat of the music, and I thought that just for presentation wise before the game started was super cool.
Yeah, they're doing everything they can to get those Stars motivated.
Yeah, they had to pull out everything out of their bag of tricks.
Mhm.
Get a Stars W.
Oh yeah, they had a lot. They actually had a big bag of tricks at that game. They had Mike Tyson come on the big
Yeah.
screen.
Ric Flair.
Flair,
Yeah.
they're in the same suite.
Yeah.
Cuddy's favorite quarterback.
Tony Romo. Yeah, he was sitting right in front of us on the glass.
That
Gave
was
him a
funny.
wave.
That was so funny.
He
You guys
was-
waving at him.
He was waving up to a guy in the suite next to us, and then I think it was me and Will. We were waving back to him, and then he turned and saw us and gave us a little wave.
That lasted for like a whole minute
Yeah,
too.
it took
'cause
us
he
a
didn't
while.
see us for
Yeah.
a little bit.
It took us a while to get his attention,
He
but
gave us a nice
that was cool.
gesture, a little chuckle. Like, look at those morons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were with some
Go
cool
about
people
them
in
Cowboys.
that suite as well. Hunter Woodall, is that the
Mhm.
right way to say his
Mhm.
name? He's and I didn't even realize this at the time too. We kind of figured this out as we're talking to him, and then I Googled his name. But a really good track and field athlete, 400 meter. I'm not sure what his story is, but it must be really cool.
Yeah, he's a Paralympian.
He's a Paralympian, and he was headed off to like when we were like asking him like because he said he was a professional runner, and then we're like, so like Olympics or what level are you talking? And he said Olympics, and then I immediately like, wanted to find out, Google him, and I've seen his stuff for a long time and knew who he was. I just didn't recognize him straight off the bat, but he was a really nice guy too, and his first time he's ever even been to I think a hockey game or an
It
NHL
was.
game.
It was his first game.
Yeah, so that was cool just to interview him as well, talk to him, and collab that way.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Kind of asked a little bit more about him. Like, most of the time when you think of Paralympians or Olympic runners, you're like, so what do you do the other 3 years when the Olympics aren't going on? But he kind of explained it that it was similar to the Live Tour, where there's teams and companies or sponsor certain athletes, and so they go to all these tournaments. But he was actually heading out for USA Worlds over in Europe. So yeah, I mean, just something more you know about these sports that we're not too familiar with. Like they're not just sitting around for 3 years working out. They're still competing every year, and they have seasons and everything like that. But yeah, super cool guy. It was fun. Glad we got to go to his first game with him.
Yeah, someone we might even have on the podcast sometime too.
Yeah, he would be a great guy to have on.
I know during that game, the suite was loaded with food, and I definitely chowed down.
What was your favorite piece of food that you had?
What was in that one?
There was
The
like
wings.
chicken wings, pulled pork, a lot of Texas style foods. Even dove into the salads to cap off the trip. But
Did you have a hot dog?
oh, I did have a hot dog
too.
too, actually.
Me too.
I think those cookies in Florida were my favorite.
Oh yeah, those cookies were good.
I forgot to grab one. You guys were hyping them up
I grabbed
too.
one.
Dang.
They were so good.
The guac in Dallas was great.
Oh yeah, it was.
The guac
The
king.
guac.
If
More
anyone wants to
yeah.
get lost in a wedding present, send him guac.
This whole joke just came up throughout this last 2 days that apparently everybody's inside joke with me now is about guac. Like even when I was doing the Celsius interview in Florida, she asked me who in the group would you say likes the guac the most? And I'm like, those guys tell you this, like, you know this too already? It started at the lunch
Yeah.
too somehow because I was eating it a bunch, and Yelle brought up some jokes of how I would just order straight guac for my main meal.
Eat it right off the
And then
spoon.
the Celsius crew loved it, so that's me now. Every time I have guac at a rink
guac
or
boy.
Maybe that's your new niche. You're the
Yeah.
guac boy.
The guac
wait,
boy.
rate guacs. That sounds so weird to say.
Guac. When you say guac too much, yeah, it definitely sounds weird. Guac.
Yeah, the boys brought their luck to the conference finals, 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0, big OT win for the Stars, and then yeah, we enjoyed the rest of the night. Went back to the hotel bar, and of course, you know, always run into small world connections. Someone from a couple people from Minnesota and in the hockey space as well. So yeah, it was a super fun less than 24 hours in Dallas.
We had a goal there was to find the
right.
person that works at Top Golf in Minneapolis. We're talking to everybody. We're trying to like play
Yeah.
a networking game of,
Yeah.
oh, hey, Top Golf person in Georgia.
Yeah.
Do you know the Top Golf person in
Yeah,
Minneapolis?
so
and then
for
we're like, no.
for context, there was about 500 Top Golf employees that they flew down to Dallas for the weekend for a big awards ceremony / convention. So there was, I don't know, 3-4 people from each Top Golf venue. So our goal was to find the Minneapolis folks, and rumor has it they had to have an early night because they're hitting it a little too hard early. That's what the word was, but if you know them, we will have to find them and hang out.
Just try to get closer state by state.
Yeah,
Started
it was
Top
We were
Golf-
close.
Yeah, we
Started
were
Top
really
Golf
close.
Texas. Like, all right, nice. Now we're in Top Golf Nebraska. They got to know the Top Golf Minneapolis.
Yeah, there's like a section in the bar that we're just going to. Like, okay, now we got to make our way over here. Getting close to
It was
Minnesota.
funny too because people on the Top Golf side started to kind of like get into it, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, have you seen?"
Oh, yeah. They
And
blah,
then
blah,
they're
blah.
like, oh, we got to help these guys find them.
We're just rocking Stars jerseys. Probably made no sense.
We're knocking on their room.
Hey, we're a lot of guys.
Minneapolis.
Yeah, great first time in Texas. Would love to go back for a longer period of time, but very, very fun Celsius trip.
Mhm.
We thank them a ton because, yeah, the big full circle moment from being one of the first brands we've ever worked with to getting to go to 2 games in 2 days with them was special and fun to actually meet them face to face. It's definitely more personal when you get to do that, but yeah, it was
I
fun.
do have a couple questions about the trip before we move to the second half.
Cool.
So someone is wondering, who is your favorite celebrity / influencer you met on the trip?
That's hard.
That is so hard.
That's hard.
Well, I'll go first, and I'll just say my new friend Tyler Cameron. He is
Yeah, I
great.
knew you were
and
gonna
I'll-
say that.
We'd
I'll
love
agree with
to
you.
love to have a few with him in a separate time for sure.
He was nice. He was a lot nicer than I was expecting someone from The Bachelor to be.
True.
Yeah, he was good. Gonna have to go with my new friend Anna,
Yeah, she brought the energy. She was a little
my
firecracker.
self-proclaimed friend.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys have been commenting back and forth on TikTok. You guys got a
Yeah.
good friendship going.
Yeah,
Best pals.
yeah. Well,
TikTok
what's cool
pals.
about her is that she's been someone that even Emma's followed a lot and was like a big fan that I got to meet. So we bonded over the fact that I
Well,
can say
even
hi to her.
like you've been sending me her videos forever now, like
Mhm.
trying to get me to make videos like her in a way.
Inspiration.
Inspiration, yeah.
Inspo.
Vlog inspo.
Just good inspo.
Next
But
question.
yeah, same answer here.
Next question. Why do people get more excited for playoff hockey than the regular season?
Because it's the cup.
It's do or die. Everyone wants that cup.
It's just one of the coolest playoffs you can ever have because it's a best of 7 game series, and you have to win 4 series to win the Stanley Cup after playing 82 regular season games. So all adds up to near 100 games.
And hockey's just a very
It's just
physically and
amazing.
demanding sport too.
It's so, like, you would think all these guys are exhausted from a long season, but then everything just ramps 10x times more intensity, physicality, just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's the coolest playoffs you can watch.
And for me, for someone that's kind of like one of those people that doesn't pay close attention in season, but I actually really like watching playoffs on TV. I just think it's because you don't see the progress forward very much during a big season of that. Does that win really mean anything? Because in 82 games, 1 win means very little. But in playoffs, when you're actually advancing to win 4 games, you can see how much like 1 win can really advance you forward or not. So I think it's just more fun to watch the whole game that way. People are playing harder, but it's just more entertaining.
And you just see you kind of know what happened last game.
Yeah.
So the built up tension and physicality or the little rivalries that start during playoff series is always something entertaining.
Right, like
too.
game 1 and 2 on these teams that aren't necessarily rivalries. Once you start watching games 3 and 4, they genuinely hate each other on the ice.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, it keeps going from there. And if it goes to an elimination game, it's just like they
Tensions
leave
are high.
everything out there. And yeah, I mean, watching a guy get 75 stitches on the Jets, come back and play about 10 minutes later, that's basically all I need to know about how intense and how cool it is from a fan's perspective to actually watch it.
Yeah, and last question before we wrap it up. We kind of briefly talked about it earlier, what was everyone's favorite food from the trip? I will start with mine being the mahi-mahi tacos that we had on the beach because we were all starving, and that just hit a little bit different for me.
Same answer. That was great. But actually, no. I loved the lunch with Celsius people. I wish I remembered the name of that Mexican restaurant.
That was so good.
Me and Cuddy got the same enchilada.
Yep.
And holy smokes, that was good.
I gotta
Unreal.
agree with that too. Gotta go with that. That was one of the best steak burritos I've ever had.
They even took out the cilantro for you.
Yes. Yeah, they did. They did that for me too. They know I have the gene, the soap cilantro gene.
Extra guac, no cilantro, please.
And I had a bunch of guac there too, which their guac there was unreal. So that
They
was
made
good
it right
food.
in front
I
of
That was a
forgot
great
about that.
restaurant.
Yeah.
That was a great restaurant.
They made the guac right in front of us.
Yeah,
right,
that was
fresh.
unique. I'd never seen that.
It's authentic.
Did you notice that?
Authentic.
Yeah.
Guac boy?
Mhm,
Yeah.
I did see that. I knew it was going to be good.
Guac
I
boy.
knew it was going to be good when I saw her smashing it
Yeah.
behind us.
He got all excited.
Fresh
take a bowl
avocado.
of
I
that
know
over.
that the waiter angled perfectly just in Lawson's eyesight while she was smashing up the guac.
Yeah, she did.
Smashing up those avocados.
Yeah, and I guess before I leave this seat to replace it for the second half of it, I just want to say we couldn't go through a full trip without a little error of I forgot the camera bag on the plane when we landed in Minneapolis because I had 2 backpacks. My brain's trained. Get off a plane, you have 1 carry-on typically. We had 2 carry-ons.
How did we get away with that the whole
I don't know,
time?
no one
I
cared.
just would
walk
You
it
can go on a
through.
plane with 2 backpacks, by the way. If
Yeah, it's a
anyone's
hack.
wondering this, you can take 2 backpacks. It works. Never had an issue. So I stepped off the plane, and we were collecting our bags, and then Frizz is ahead of me, and I just tapped him on the back, and I'm don't have the camera bag.
But it was the worst because we had just left the security checkpoint.
Yeah, and I couldn't go back. So
That's
and I
why
knew
it was
on the
That's
plane.
why it was way worse.
I know. I was I know it's on the plane, but I couldn't go back to get it. So I had to wait probably an hour for them to grab it, which slowed us down a little
It was
bit.
at the end
but
of our trip, so
We were
just-
honestly just hanging. I was in such a just hanging out mood.
we were back
that
at a decent time. All we had to do is
we did
go
leave.
unpack,
We did
so.
leave the airport and we were on the highway, and then you texted you got it, and we turned around.
Yeah, I knew that.
Just because, like, I would have been so angry if I did that. And I would have not wanted to get in an Uber, and yeah.
Especially because you were taking my truck too.
And we had
Probably
your truck.
helped my case. Yeah.
And we did have your truck.
Yeah. I mean,
didn't even think of that.
I'll take that versus the full year ago was the trip in Florida where we lost the camera. So we almost lost it again a year later, but we got it back. So we're getting better.
That camera almost ended up back in Dallas, right
Yeah.
back down on the route,
Yeah.
the south route.
All right.
But,
That's it for my stories.
Great first
Yeah.
half. It is now halftime, but Frizz, we're the halftime entertainment while these guys switch out. So, how are you doing?
Good. It's been a fun week so far. Everything we just told you guys was from Tuesday to Friday.
Yeah, I wish I remember
Friday
the
afternoon.
exact dates.
So it was Tuesday to Friday afternoon, and my traveling was not done yet on Friday because I got home. I grabbed a couple things, maybe gave Ollie a couple pets, and then I had to hit the road, and I drove 7 hours back to Winnipeg. I ended up getting home at around 11:15, so it was over a 12-hour travel day.
Yeah, I was pretty tired that Friday, but, headed back up to Sam's cabin the next day for a little Memorial weekend, hang out, some more lake time. But then Monday, we got all back together because you can never go a few days without each other. And we have our new hosts here on the pod. We got Yelle and Marty here now, who we obviously went to Yelle's cabin, and Marty got to come down. How we doing, boys?
Good.
Doing
Good.
really good.
Great.
It was nice listening to your guys' first half. Got to write down some notes and just relax for a bit. But lost some warm the seat up, so at least it's kind of cozy.
He always does that.
Yeah, it was nice to hear your guys' little recap of the trip, I guess.
Yeah, it's hard to keep everyone in the full loop all the time, especially with like little things here and there, or certain funny stories.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be able to let it all out. But Yelle, we'll let you take it away. What from Monday until yesterday, Wednesday evening, what were we up to? Where were we? And how was it?
Yeah, we were up at my family's lake house, which is in Gilbert, Minnesota. For those who are unaware of where Gilbert, Minnesota is, it's a very small town in what they call the Iron Range of Minnesota. So pretty close to where we all went to school up in Superior, Wisconsin. It's about 45 to an hour north of there. And we were up there, obviously, at the lake house, like I said. And they all kind of came at different times since they were coming from different locations, these guys here. And we just, spent the last few days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, across the golf course, lake, cabin. We had some
Pickleball.
good weather, pickleball, so
Mm-hmm.
it was definitely a good time.
Yeah, Marty, I know you have a cabin where again?
Just past Thunder Bay.
Thunder Bay. What does that compare to like a cabin town in Minnesota? I know your cabin's very unique in
Yeah.
a sense.
I would say that doesn't compare to like my type
Marty
of cabin.
knows the real cabin
Yeah,
experience.
we were like straight camping, like bush experience. Like my one grandma's camp were one of two cabins on the entire lake. You got to take a quad in to get there, or we used to have to boat in to get there. You're driving through like these tiny dirt roads where the branches are like hitting your truck. So
That's the bush.
we're straight bushing it.
It's a straight bush.
No
and-
bathrooms. You're out in the outhouse.
So you didn't have Wi-Fi like Yelle's cabin?
No, you barely have service.
Yeah, that was kind of the one question that I know Lawson was. That was the first thing he asked when we were going up to the cabin. Is like, does it have Wi-Fi? Because obviously we were there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so we needed to do some sort of work.
Yeah, it was originally planned as like a work retreat because we didn't have the Florida trip planned yet. So this was just like a different place to get out of the office and work. And I think we found a nice balance of getting our tasks done, but also enjoying the lake itself.
Yeah, we did it all. Seriously, we did it all, and it's crazy how like fast time flies when you're at cabins or just even on vacation in general. It's like it seems like 3 days melts into 24 hours.
Right, and you were there since the Friday before, so you were there for
Yeah.
almost 5 days. 5 nights?
Saturday morning.
Saturday
so
morning.
yeah, 5 days, I guess technically.
Well, I was telling Dave beforehand, or when we got back, that it was such a change of what we did compared to what we were doing then. Like I said, we literally talked to 4 or 5 people those 3 days. Like one guy at the golf course, one guy on the lake, and then a couple people who were playing tennis next to us, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to the last trip where we talked to like 20, 30 people a day.
Yeah.
So it was
Just
a
the
nice little
boys.
change.
It was so nice to just lay low and hang out with each other with no outside noise, no nothing.
Yeah. Monday, Will was the first one to get there. My family was still there, which was Memorial Day Monday. And Will got there before my family left. And as soon as they left, we were just kind of sitting there in the cabin. These guys were all on the way still. And like within 10 minutes of just sitting there by ourselves, we're like, let's go golfing. So we ended up getting to play a few holes before the rest of the crew got there. And then I don't know what else we did that night.
You know,
just
Yelle,
kinda
it's
chilled.
only we're each other's only witnesses, but man, we were striping the ball that day.
Yeah, it's a shame that the only time that the camera was out golfing, we didn't really put together too good of
We
a
didn't
round.
take one picture, one clip, or anything. We were just golfing.
It's meant to be.
It's
Focused.
Memorial Day. It's the last day of the long weekend. We had to
Yeah.
we got 9 holes in about an hour 10 minutes.
Yeah, we were flying. And now, after Memorial Day, that Tuesday, it's officially the first day of summer, I guess, is technically what, isn't that what it is?
Yeah,
I think
so.
like maybe not seasons wise, but everyone just says Memorial Day to Labor Day is summer.
Yeah.
Because school's about
When's
to be
Labor
out.
Day?
Labor Day is end of like first week of September.
Okay.
So that's American summer.
And then,
Yeah, it was most of our, like, maybe we golfed once or twice, but the Birmingham guy over here, how was it?
Not too bad. I mean,
You're
we
swinging
golfed-
them well.
Yeah, we golfed a lot. Playing with Taver obviously helps because he's a damn good golfer, and he's like the Ryan Whitney and I'm Paul Bissonnette type thing. Like he'll give me pointers, tell me where to shoot it, what club to hit. He's got the rangefinder out for me, so we play like twice a week down there. So it was fun playing with you guys too.
yeah. And that was the Tuesday, the following day. Everyone was there. And that was one of the events that we did was hit to the golf. We had headed to the golf course, and we put together a nice scramble.
19
Well, we
holes.
played so the first 9. What did we even play?
Wolf.
Wolf, yeah, duh.
Wolfie.
Wolf, and you won that.
Yeah, I was the wolf.
You were the wolf.
You're the pack leader.
You were the winner. You're the alpha.
And
Yeah.
then by that time, Lawson, who was working during the first 9 when we were playing, met us on the back 9. Then we had even teams, and we played
3
scramble,
2-man scramble.
which was, I think that's the best, most fun way to play golf personally.
It was fun. And
agree.
It was Cuddy and I, Marty and Yelle, and then Frizz and Lozzie. And it was an absolute battle.
Yeah.
We took the early lead.
You
I
guys
think
were up early.
3 holes. For 3 holes we were leading, and then we
Something
got comfy.
happened.
We got comfy.
Yeah, something happened, and we just snowballed out of contention.
Yeah.
You can't get comfy in a scramble.
No, we
No.
got
Can't.
way too comfy.
Someone's always gonna catch you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it ended up going to one playoff hole between Will, Cuddy, Lawson, and Frizz. Who was the winner at the end of
And
that?
at the end of the day,
Lozzie made
we
that
still
long
got
putt.
par on the last hole,
I
and
think.
he had a birdie to win it.
Mhm.
Yeah, the funny thing was Frizz and Lawson had matching outfits.
Completely unplanned.
I think Lawson, he saw you walk out, so he planned it. But
Oh.
for us, it was a nice surprise seeing that.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. That was a great day. The weather was awesome.
I don't think. I mean, I've said this to you guys many, many times, but golfing in northern Minnesota during the summer, like obviously during the summer, is some of the best because a lot of the holes, with all the pine trees going down, you literally feel like you're the only people in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no one else. You can't really hit your ball to another hole or see other
Mhm.
people. It's just thick pines.
Mhm.
Definitely a different feel.
Even just like driving out there, you're
That's
on like the
awesome.
single lane highway, and you can't even see 5 feet into like the bush line.
Yeah.
It just feels like
Gotta watch
that's
out
what it
for
feels
deer.
like driving to my cabin. It's
Mhm.
like
Yeah, it's a pretty pleasant drive, honestly, up there.
Yeah.
Yesterday wasn't too bad driving home 3
No.
hours.
Yeah, we ate pretty good too. We had some
Yeah.
sliders, some burgers.
What did you make the
some
first
hot
night? This
dogs.
was before
yummy.
Monday night, right when you got there. You were pretty hungry.
Oh, made some buffalo chicken sliders.
Those were good.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good, and we had snacks
Oh, boy.
out the door.
Yep.
Oh.
Marty brought some snacks. Will brought some snacks.
If anyone ever needs your cabin or your fridge cleaned out in 2 days, call us.
Get a crew of
Oh,
6
we
that
crushed.
can
Get
do
us a
that.
couple tea times and
Literally.
a pantry full of snacks. It's
If you're
over.
cleaning up the cabin into summer, just literally call us.
We'll
Can
come
Chips, nuts,
for free.
whatever.
We'll come for free.
Fruit.
And we did have the s'mores kit we were eyeing up
Mhm.
for 2 nights, but our last night it started to rain, so couldn't use the fire, so we used the oven. I made a giant s'more, open face s'more sandwich, and
It was almost like a s'more charcuterie.
yeah,
Yeah.
placed it right in the middle of the table, and I think me and Cuddy had to show the boys that we were all about because we devoured that thing.
It was lacking some graham crackers.
I had
towards the end.
I had 3 almost full s'mores off of that thing, and by the end, my mouth felt like there was chocolate stuck everywhere.
I capped myself at 3.
Everywhere.
I felt like I could already feel like this was gonna hurt in like 30 minutes.
I
was
literally like had to chug 2 waters because my mouth was just dry and sticky.
Yeah, that was a tough treat to be messy with. I had some s'mores up and down my sweatpants I was wearing.
Oh,
What night
that's
was that?
to
Was
the
that was the
surprise.
same day.
Tuesday.
Tuesday was one of the best days ever.
Yeah, I guess what
Because
else did we do
before
on
that,
Tuesday?
Before that, we went on the pontoon for a couple hours
Yeah, that was
at sundown,
golfing, pontoon.
and
Yeah.
that boat ride was a blast.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's talk about that boat ride.
being
Well,
the
the
only
first-
one on the lake.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first thing on Squagama Lake. Said that right?
Yep.
There was no one else out there besides maybe 2 fishermen.
Mm-hmm.
It was so quiet and peaceful, and it was perfect weather. We were casting lines. Only caught 1 fish. Cuddy was the lucky fisherman, but it honestly didn't even matter because it was just so fun and peaceful, and we haven't got to do that really as a group ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think ever.
And that was kind of the objective of the whole cabin retreat was to kind of, we had this whole bucket list ideas of different things that as a group we wanted to do, and that was one of them was do this cabin retreat, and kind of came full circle doing that specific pontoon ride. Except I would agree that was the most enjoyable, fun part of that
It
2
was
day.
just gorgeous.
I feel like those are always like the best parts of like going to like a cabin, like or like when you bring people to your cabin is like just driving them, showing them around the whole lake, like slow cruise. Everyone has a drink, you know.
Mhm.
Time and that I know, like I said, that the trip flew by, but in that moment in the pontoon, time slowed.
It
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
It was actually.
We were out there for like 3 hours though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that was a long time.
We would have been out there longer if the lightning didn't chase us back in.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. It
And
did-
the bugs,
it got-
too.
Yeah, it did good. But yeah, Cuddy caught a big prize winner fish.
Yeah.
We
Huge
needed it.
Walter.
Yeah,
with the help of me, all right, cut.
Yeah, Coach Jordo was teaching the guys how to properly
guide.
fish.
Bear
Yeah,
Grylls.
he's the guide.
Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls. I look like Bear Grylls right now, eh? My
Yeah.
beard.
You got a good beard going. Is
Yeah.
it true you're gonna keep it?
I'm keeping it until the first game of next season.
Wow. It's already thick. That's thicker than I've ever had mine.
This is the
I've never
longest I've
tried.
ever had mine.
That's thicker, I think, than Cuddy's ever had his. 100%.
We'll see. I've never had it this long, so I just kind of want to see what I can do with it.
I mean, it looks clean.
Well,
Looks full.
We'll feel it out.
Do you do any maintenance on it?
No, not yet.
Just let it go.
Just my neck, really.
Yeah.
But it's growing evenly right now, so hopefully she continues.
Let her ride,
Wish you
man.
luck in the heat.
Well, okay.
Summer
Thank
heat.
you.
Wish you luck. Great luck to you on your beard adventure.
Yeah, I would like to say this poor fella last night. I
yeah.
went to bed and he was on the floor in an air mattress in our apartment, and I woke up this morning, he was on the couch, and the air mattress had about 20% air in it. So I feel bad for
You
him.
got to find that hole and put a
Yeah.
mighty patch on it.
Literally,
in
as
with an
soon
ice
as
pack.
as soon as I laid down on it, like went on TikTok, probably like 25 minutes, and I felt my hip like touching the floor. I was like, "What the hell is going on here?" And I like kind of moved around to see if it was just like maybe the middle of the mattress was a little weak, and no, I was on the floor fully. I was like, whatever, I'll just go on the couch.
Embrace it.
And
That's
I
what
woke
I
up and
would've
my
done.
back was just killing me because I slept funny on the couch. so.
Yeah. That's a tough couch to sleep on. Just sitting
Yeah.
on it, it gets a little uncomfy after a
And
while.
now you get to go sit on an airplane tomorrow. It'd be
Yep.
great for your back.
Yep.
You're gonna be feeling good.
Yep. Can't
yeah,
wait.
Yeah,
You
you're
might want to
having
do
quite
some
the
yoga
trip.
tomorrow morning.
Huh?
I want to do some yoga tomorrow morning.
Yeah, maybe tonight.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got
and then
Frizz to
when-
do it with you.
Yeah, I'd be down. When you get back, more festivities are happening because he gets back right before we head to the marathon.
Yeah. Will said it this morning. We are in June, officially June 1st today. And that is the month that the marathon is happening.
16 days.
That is
Have you guys
insane.
really talked about how you're feeling about it? On
Yeah,
here?
we said it. Oh, I guess not on here, but
'Cause-
I'm feeling pretty confident, honestly.
We talk about it a lot on our pod. Me, Johnny, and Tav. Obviously, Johnny is dropping out of the marathon. I don't know. This might be news to
Some
everybody.
some people definitely didn't know that.
So Johnny is dropping out.
Bowed out.
Taver's the only one in the No Bad Days crew running it.
He
and
was not happy
he
about
was not
it.
happy with
Was
Johnny.
he pretty
but
bitter about that?
Yeah. So I guess, yeah. You guys are all feeling pretty confident that you'll finish.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Especially we got these new shoes. These new shoes just arrived today.
I got the exact same pair.
Yeah,
on
we
the
all
set.
got like the same colors and stuff. So I'm feeling even more confident now with these
Well,
on.
Frizz is the only person out of like Will, Dave, Lawson, myself that you've been wearing your gym shoes training that you've had probably since like Superior, I would imagine.
No, I those are newer. I got
Oh,
those in
okay.
like January.
Yeah,
But they're not running.
they're not like
shoes.
like
Well,
the.
they're running shoes. That's what I searched up when I was on Kohl's.
Did you use Kohl's Cash?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you gotta.
But these ones feel great. I'm excited. I think we're doing a little run tomorrow, because I guess we can segue this into
When?
we gotta go for a run.
This is
tomorrow.
the first time that I've been informed
Yeah.
about a run tomorrow.
Me
So
too. So
I'm
you
glad
know,
I'm leaving tomorrow.
that's usually how it works. We're just drop it in a really awkward time where we can't chirp them because we're live on air.
we can't say no now. Looks like we're running tomorrow.
But Marty,
Because-
no, just give me a second. Marty, what are you most excited about for Grandma's Marathon? You're obviously not running.
Honestly, I'm excited to watch Frizz run.
Wow.
I gotta say, because like I think we've always talked about being a little bit of an awkward runner, and just seeing him come in over that finish line. Me and Cut will have maybe a couple drinks for the boys ready to go, and maybe a nice interview of all the boys. How that
That'd be
experience is.
awesome. You guys should do that interview right, obviously a little bit after the finish line. That'd be really
Can
cool.
you bring us a big pizza
Oh yeah,
and a cold one?
we'll be ready for you guys. We will be ready, and just seeing like all the old stuff that we used to, like. I think I heard you guys talk about it on one of the episodes that we want to revisit some of the old spots
Yeah.
in Superior. So
Yeah, I think that'd
just
be
getting
fun.
back, going to what's the
Barker's
Barker's.
Island.
Barker's, going back to Barker's, maybe recreating some old
Frizz,
videos.
you brought up Barker's Island earlier because me and Frizz were on a live radio show today, and somehow you brought that one up too about Barker's
Yeah,
Island.
That's right.
Yeah, he asked us where our most viral video was.
And that was Johnny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good answer. Yeah, if you obviously we didn't really talk about this yet, but you guys made your radio debut today.
Yeah, it was the place we toured. Might have talked about it, made a video on it, but iHeart Media actually has their Minneapolis area is right by my apartment. So me and Yelle walked over there this morning and went into the booth. We had no idea what we were going to be talking about. He gave us a quick, what was the guy's? Nordo gave us a quick rundown of what we were going to be chatting about, and we enjoyed it, I think.
I think that helped out because I was a little nervous, completely nervous actually, because I don't know, it's like live radio, but we didn't know what to expect. We didn't even know really what we were talking about. Knew it was something around just like playoff hockey, and we didn't really get an actual rundown as to what he was going to ask us until like 2 minutes before the live show started, and it kind of calmed the nerves a little bit once we got going.
I was just gonna ask you. So you think it's easier knowing the questions going into like an interview style, or just interview and the questions hit you?
I think it was nice hearing the basis. Like he didn't say like the questions word for word, but But he's just like, we're going to talk about your guys' time in Superior. We're going to talk about your social media and then playoff predictions. And I was like, okay, that's going to be very easy.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Something funny that comes to mind is he did say he asked us for our names, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna look up your guys' Superior stats." And then for us,
Well,
I wanted to be like, "Oh, well, we should just skip that part."
The funny thing was, like, I actually thought that too because he didn't bring up any Superior stats. Probably after looking up our stats, they weren't the greatest.
Yeah, I don't think radio folks totally understand.
He's probably
It's not like we're near the NHL.
no.
Mm-hmm.
He was probably hoping to pull up my name and see that I was a 50 goal scorer, even though I maybe had 2 my whole college career.
But boy, did we win a WAC championship.
We won a WAG championship.
And we dang right had fun doing it.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
But yeah, you guys sounded good. We were listening here at the office.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that.
I think you got faces for radio.
That's what First
Exactly.
said. First said he's got the face to be a radio host one day.
It was fun in there. Those guys are all super chill. Everyone working in that place.
Just think, what an interesting job. You just talk live on air for a few
Play
hours
a song,
a day,
talk. Play a song, talk.
Yeah.
prepare for the next day, but some of those guys, like the 5:30 show, they have to get there like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Talk 5:30 to 9.
Yeah.
Probably have to go nap. I don't know. That'd be tough.
Little
Unless you're
naps in
drinking
between
Celsius.
songs.
That would be tough.
Get those guys some Celsius.
But yeah, what else we got
I
going?
don't know. What are you guys wearing over there?
Oh,
Yeah. What are you guys wearing?
no, what are you wearing?
Well, just in time, folks. We had a little surprise to the office today. Unfortunately, we planned it to try and get this stuff before Yelle's cabin. Didn't work out. So you guys are going to be one of the first people to hear about our new merch line that we are dropping for the summer. It's called the THG Summer Collection. And beside me, Will has the Country Club collection, which is inspired by golf, of course. We have a few different accessories and stuff you can see on the website. Me and Jmarts have the Summer Club collection, which is inspired by, of course, lakes, relaxing by the beach, all the great stuff of summer. And Mr. Martin Yelle has the Running Club collection, which is, of course, inspired by what we've been doing the last couple months and what people tend to do outside when it is not winter, and that is the Running Club. And, of course, even if you don't run, you can do whatever. People still enjoyed us running in our journey, so we wanted to try and share that through our merchandise.
Yeah, super excited about this one. I know Frizz has put a lot of work into it. I don't really oversee the merch side of things, but great job, man.
Good job, Frizz.
making it work.
Thanks. So we're excited to
people like
launch
it.
this. It's our biggest one yet. We listened to you guys. You guys said you wanted bucket hats. We got you bucket hats. You guys said you wanted some drink koozies. We got you that. There's tons of accessories. We're really excited for this one. The merch will be dropping one day before this episode drops. So
it's live
stay
right
tuned.
now.
The
It's
merch
open
is
right now.
live. Exactly.
It's open
Go get
for all you. Go get it. Show us.
Wow.
Pick your favorite thing in the summer.
Yeah.
Do you like to run, golf, and hang out by the
The
lake?
Summer Club
Just so do
t-shirts
we.
are really nice, I will say.
Yeah, they are.
The
They turned out
t-shirts, they
good.
got the logo on the front and the nice big logo on the back. It says, what does it say?
Making memories count.
Making memories
Wow.
count. It's got the lake. It's got the people
You'll
fishing.
be
it's everything. The
you'll-
hockey guys.
Exactly. The details. We thought of it all. Tried to, at least. But I like how Jmarts pointed that out, because you'll be hearing that motto in a lot of our YouTube vlogs and our videos, is just trying to make memories count this summer and continuously trying new things, going on new adventures, and just having a lot of fun in general.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's been good, man. You're really inspiring me today.
Yeah, you are.
Thank you.
I'm feeling touched too.
I'm gonna need a minute.
I gotta say, my favorite part listening to this podcast, just like when I'm in the car or whatnot, is just hearing Frizz's laugh.
A little chuckle he
Right
has.
there.
He like
you guys
holds
will say a
back.
joke and all you hear is.
It's like far enough away from the mic where you
Yeah.
can still
Trying to
hear
hold it
faintly.
back.
It's just
It's
like
hard to
it's
hold
the
it back.
highlight.
It's hard to hold it back, and even if you turn the mic on and off, it kind of makes it click. That's
Yeah.
annoying. So, well, thanks for coming on, boys.
Yeah. Thanks
Marty,
for
it's great to
allowing us.
have you in the cities.
Yeah.
Wish you great and safe travels to
Boston.
New England,
Going
Boston,
to New England. I'm
New
going
England
to
area.
Providence. I'm going to Boston. I'm
Wow.
going to New Hampshire.
Actually,
Yeah.
How-
They're all within like
How
an hour.
many Dunkin' cold brews are you gonna crush?
I'm going to get a couple Dunkin' cold brews. I'm going to get a couple donuts.
Ooh.
What else are they famous
Do you
for?
like lobster?
Nah.
Sam Adams.
What about clam chowder?
Nah.
Ah.
chicken tenders.
I'll just stick to chicken tendies and
okay,
fries.
okay. The Boston specialty.
We'll do a Boston lager though. Sam Adams.
Yeah. So
That
you'll be
sounds
coming
awesome.
back 2 days before the marathon back here, right?
Yeah. I'm on a month vacation right
He's
now.
living
That's
in
insane.
living in
a
the
week
States
here,
for June.
2 weeks down in New Hampshire, and then a week back here.
So you're out of the same luggage until you go back home.
And I'm not even doing a single load of laundry.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the THG way.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Do you have anything like exciting planned out there?
I think we're gonna go hike one of the bigger mountains out there, Mount Washington.
I couldn't tell you.
I'm not
Mount
sure.
Washington, I think it's called.
Nice.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, great time for it.
Yeah.
That'll
Looking
be
forward
great.
to that.
Yeah, I've
Should
never
be good.
really.
I love out there.
Yeah, I've only been to like Boston or I guess Massachusetts. I've never been to New Hampshire. Where else did you say you're going? Rhode Island?
Yeah.
Be cool.
Big state.
That could be our marathon training running across that state.
Yeah.
26 square miles.
Is that what it is?
No.
It's not that small.
No.
That'd be insane.
Not that small. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Marty, it was a pleasure having you on.
Thanks for having me on.
Boys, great job once again. It was an amazing couple of weeks, hectic couple of weeks. But yeah, we settled down in Minneapolis for a little bit. Got the race coming up. We'll probably talk to you a little bit more about that in the week running into it. Running.
Mhm.
And
the week after.
if you're ever bored,
And-
just go listen to the No Bad Days podcast.
Of
too.
course. No Bad Days,
Exactly.
the OG Hockey Guys podcast.
Just go give her a little listen. Me, Taver, Johnny on there, telling jokes, all things hockey, pretty much.
That's
There
good.
you go,
You
if
know,
you
I
want your
actually
hockey
did want to
knowledge
touch. I'm
up.
glad you said that because I did want to touch on that. Like, having the two podcasts under the Hockey Guys umbrella has been, it's fun because you get, obviously, you guys are living and playing hockey,
Yeah.
and we're here doing the other things like working and, but it's the different types of perspectives and conversations that
Yeah.
make it fun.
Yeah.
And you three have obviously gelled for a long time. You started it back in your Superior in Taver's bedroom.
In Taver's bedroom, into our apartment in Birmingham.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's
Pretty
just
funny.
been, it's nice to have, I mean, obviously, when you have a group of 10 people, people talk differently and talk about different things. So having the two sides has been fun. And rumor has it Cuddy's going to be starting his own from the tractor sometime soon.
A cowboy.
That may have been a
Cud.
lie, but
That would be hilarious.
What episode are you guys on right now?
Us?
Yeah.
I think 80 something.
dang.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
it's like our joke every time we start the pod. We're like, episode 83. We've done 83 consecutive weeks, like
Yeah.
longest podcast, just like our running joke. Like
Yeah.
we never miss a week, but I think we might have missed this last week.
Bill brought it up. Just like starting in Tavers. I remember that like we'd be down like watching TV and
Yeah.
you guys would all go up. I don't know if it was Tuesday night still at that point.
Yeah, it was.
You guys would go up to Tavers' room and do the podcast.
Yeah, with just one little tiny mic.
Yeah,
He'd
you had
sit
the
around
mic.
his desk.
Mhm.
I thought it was the best, like during the summers when you would have everyone on.
Yeah.
You'd be on a Zoom call,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
just chatting it up from 4 different areas.
Yeah.
Dude, 80 plus episodes. That's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
No bad days, man. It's been the same for a long time. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, be sure to check out No Bad Days on all your major streaming platforms.
There you go.
With host Jordan Martin, Troy McTavish, and John Pace.
John.
But thank you everyone for tuning in. This was a fun hour and a bit with everyone and recapping our start of summer, our official start of American summer. And yeah, lots more to come. Super excited to keep you all in the loop. And as Frizz said, please go check out the merch, whether you like it or not. I mean, we always want to hear your feedback on everything. But we're very excited and proud to be launching this. So thank you so much. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe on this episode. And as I always ask, please share it with a friend or someone you think you would like this, who would like this. Thank you, boys.
Something that just came to mind quickly that I wanted to mention.
Always.
The country club merch that we created, it was inspired a little bit for the dads, for the boyfriends, for the husbands. Get them in that stuff while they're all hitting the links. They're going to love it. Father's Day is coming up. I'm being a salesman. There you go. There's my pitch.
That's the Midwestern goodbye that we always do.
You'd like the guy
Perfect.
from those infomercials.
Oh,
It's the seal.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know
can't
you're
we
feeling
Billy
it.
Mays.
Billy Mays.
It's amazing.
Well, anyways, Cud.
Well, thanks everyone for coming on, and Cuddy, sign us out. Trying to steal my line?
No, I didn't.